What's good, King Uganda? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with a special episode here on the channel. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And look who has come our way. I'll let her introduce herself. I'm pretty sure some of you know who she is. Go ahead and tell them who you are.
Well, my name is Joanita. Maya, I work for Uganda. That is your other channel, based in Uganda. I'm the manager and I'm also a presenter. I think some people have seen me somewhere. I'm on the dating show. I'm on the agribusiness episodes. I'm on the real estate. Like, I'm everywhere in Uganda, okay? If you've not seen my face, stop. Stop playing with it.
Give her a round of applause. Okay, so your Joanita is a young lady. I think she's still kind of young, but she's a young lady that I've been working with for the last 3 years. I love her dearly on accident.
Aww.
So if any of you niggas,
thank you,
on here trying to get her phone number, you cannot get it. But anyways, yeah, she does a really good job for not only this channel but my O'Shea Duke Jackson channel and making sure that we get everything done, the whole system. So. And she got to spend a year with me, learning the ropes from the great O'Shea Duke Jackson. So that helps.
True.
So, yeah, Joanita, so we talk on the phone every day.
A lot, yeah.
Every day. We talk about what's going on, with the concepts. And thank you for bringing back the dating show. It's
you're welcome.
Big success. But there was a show that I did yesterday with the Afropolitan podcast.
Yeah,
and you saw it. And the Afropolitan podcast is from.
I did.
How did you feel about that show?
First of all, the intro was a bit. Well, I watched. I woke up at 5 a.m. because we had a busy day today. We had like a whole day of shooting, so I had to wake up at 5, and that's the first. Sorry. After doing my devotionals and whatnot, I check YouTube to see if you have uploaded anything on Uganda, right? So that's the first thing I go to see. I'm like, oh, let me play it as I get ready, and it was nice. Like, I liked her vibe. She's such a great person. I think she's amazing. She sounds really perfect. But then there's you, O'Shea. There's you. I heard what you had to say when you brought in Rachel Nalumu and saying how you've seen her and you've seen how she had some other guests and you saw that most of these successful women were, single, And then it got me thinking, why is it that people why is it that you expect that? Why is it normal of you to expect that? Why is it something that she's successful, she must be single, you get what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, this is what I've kind of, in that particular guess, I'm assuming that she's probably single. I don't necessarily know, but there are other ones for sure that I know. I talked to Rachel Nalumu the other day, and she was kind of she was agreeing with what I was saying, that a lot of successful women, even in Black America, I know you've never been in America before, but a lot of ladies are single. But you think that a lot of guys want a woman to be less successful so that she can get a man. Is that right?
Yeah, women and some men want women with bad brains. They just want women who can't think for themselves. They want women who are less. You get, like, recently there's a musician in Uganda. She's called Shiba. She got a house, a big house in like a very expensive area, Munyonyo. Yeah. And then when she got this house, I had a friend of mine, a guy friend, it's like, oh, she got a house. Who's going to marry her? And in my head, I'm thinking, why? So just because she got a house, you think no one else is going to be interested in her. Like, why is that normal? Why is a successful woman a threat? Why should it be like that? You get?
So you think that successful women, in your opinion, you think the successful women in Africa intimidate many men? Is that what you're thinking?
100%.
Why do you say that?
First of all, did I tell you the time I was driving, as Chanja, this man had the nerve to back at me, like real backing. He's like, woo. He's like, why don't you go home and cook? You get? Like, alright, and since we're talking about cars, and I have another friend of mine who works in a certain law firm, and she says, they keep telling her, oh, you drive, oh my God, so who's going to approach you? Like, why is a girl like you driving? And there's so many people who think like this, and it's not okay, like everyone deserves to be successful in their lifetime. You only have one life, so why not be successful in it? Why should women have to shrink themselves to accommodate men? Why can't men be all right with the fact that the women are going to be successful and you can actually love them? Not putting the fact what you said can be true sometimes, but it's not the general thing. You said some things that I agree with. Some successful women are intimidating to other people. It's true, they are intimidating to other people, and it can come off as if they do not have respect for the other gender, yeah? But I'm here to talk for the other women because, some people say, oh, Uganda does not have a female representative. I'm here to represent the girls because, I'm here for you, okay? I'm here to talk for the girls.
Okay.
On Uganda.
So, now, you've met me many, unfortunately, because you're annoying, but you met me many times.
Yeah.
You damn sure spend a lot of my money.
Nah.
Cafeteria, Java.
I help you manage your money. I don't spend it.
Yeah, and when I give it to you, don't come back. But
no.
So we've talked, and I got a chance to really. I don't really understand Ugandan culture, because there's many cultures that make up Uganda.
Yeah.
But I kind of understand the culture of Kampala a little bit better now, since I spent some time. I'm still out of the loop for many things, but I kind of gather that that in comparison to like Kenya and other countries, that Ugandan women are kind of not as developed in the business sector. Because remember, we were in Bali. And I think maybe I still have this screenshot. We're in Bali, and it was like, women are welcome here at this bank, and I kind of didn't understand why. Do you think that men are oppressing women's success on purpose in Uganda?
Yeah. What? 100%. I can't express this enough. You'll have men who see a successful woman and find her successful in her own industry and area, and then tell her to dim down, like, hey, you're a bit too much, you're doing too much, you're making all these moves, I kind of need you to shrink down. There's so many men out there who are telling that women you have to reduce, or you have to, like, I don't know how to explain, you have to shrink yourself to accommodate them. And I say this because I've personally experienced it, because all the times I've been dating, I've been broke. Because why? This man told me to be comfortable, and the relationship ends, and I'm just broke because you get too comfortable, and this little money they keep feeding you. Because if you decided, hey, I'm going to make my own money, and it's like, no, I can give you money here and there, so he'll start maybe by paying off your rent, so you get comfortable. You're like, oh, my big bills are being paid for, so I don't necessarily have to work. So you get comfortable, and you're put in a box where you do not, like, the opportunity for you to think out of the box and do something for yourself is very minimum. And we go back to our the generation before us, our parents, our parents or people that age, and you can see that women were told you have to grow up and you have to become a wife and give birth to kids. And there's some men out there who still think like that, And if you're so lucky and a man maybe thinks, oh, you deserve to be successful, but you deserve to be successful, but not more than him. You get? Like, okay, go out there, do your thing, be successful. But the moment you start getting some shine here and there, then it's like, no. You get? Did that make sense?
You make a lot of sense. But let me ask you this though, because you're telling me, because during the COVID lockdown, me and you, because me and you, Kim, because sometimes we're always at Leonia for long stretches of time because we were trying to build. We were trying to build the business. So it was non-stop. Well, we were working non-stop using my iPad, but it was non-stop. And we had all of these discussions. And one day you told me, like, there was a time in Uganda where women couldn't even look men in the face. Yeah. They couldn't even talk about that. I didn't know that. Talk about that.
Do you know, in my culture, when you kneel down to greet a man, you're supposed to, like, hi, so you get, like, you bow your head even when you're asking for something. When you serve, you're not supposed to look him in the eyes. Like, give him tea and just put the tray over there and just walk away. You get, like, that was the culture, and that is still the culture, because some men out there still want that respect. If you're going to serve me, you're supposed to bow down your head. It's like, this is a slave or something. Like, that's a master. You get, it's just, and another thing, sorry,
no, go ahead.
And there's some men out there who make it hard for women to be successful. Buying a plot of land, once they find out you're a woman, yeah, you have to like go harder. You have to go times 2. Because I had a friend who was buying land in Buloba, and then it's like she was telling me the experience is not the same. Because when they know you're a girl, they try. The men, honestly, who bully you, they want to bully you, like everything, And do you know that even men who bully you when you go to a certain shop, and they bully you into paying? Some people, not me.
I see. Yeah, because you're not the one to be bullied. But let me talk to you about this, because I am turning 40 because it's the 18th. So I'm turning 40 tomorrow. I still look good though, because that's why you know me. Because when I come to Africa, they all love me. You know this already, because they just can't stop. Because look at this face real quick.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my
right.
God.
You mad?
Stop.
So listen, no. Because so I'm 40, so I guess because Uganda is a very young country, so at 40 I feel like old when I'm there. Like, I don't feel so old in America, but in Uganda I feel old. Like everybody's young.
True.
So my question is, because you're around 23, 24, right?
Yeah. Let's just say that early 20s. Yeah.
What's up with you women that don't want to? You're in your early 20s. Okay.
Because some people
feel that men in your generation, because obviously, this generation now with technology, creatives, people are influenced by the West. Definitely when I see women in Uganda, there are women that are in business and things like that. Women that dress, pretty free. Kampala seems pretty free. Do you think that the men that are your age still want have these same traditional expectations of women that the older generation? I know, like, in general, that they still want like 90% of what the older people want, or are they more willing to compromise?
I think I'm going to put everyone, let's say the youth, and let the youth stop at 29 or 35. I don't know. Don't come for me. So basically, I'll say 80% of them still expect to be treated how the generation before was treated. Like, kneel down for me, serve me this, do this for me, bow your head down. You can't talk if you're with my friends. Just look down and be a picture. Like, just look cute to my friends. I think a lot, however much, social media has exposed all of us to so much, but not everyone is on that level of, we need to change our ways. That's why they'll play around with these independent girls, and mess around with them, play around with them. But at the end of the day, they'll go for a village girl, because a village girl can be tamed, because a village girl has not been exposed to anything, because a village girl is at the mercy of this man financially, you get. So I'm going to say yes, 80% of the men in Uganda, okay, maybe let's give them a 70% of them still expect to be treated the way our fathers were treated. Forgetting that times are different, like, you don't have to keep repeating the mistakes of your ancestors. There's a reason history exists. You have to learn the lesson. Don't just remember the historic events that happened. Learn the lesson too. You get? Yeah. But there's...
Let me ask you this, because a lot of people who are watching Uganda YouTube channel.
Yeah.
As we know, because you didn't know a lot about African Americans, just like I didn't know a lot about Ugandans, but we kind of had some interaction between the two groups. And most African Americans are people from the West that watch Uganda. Uganda's economy is not like really integrated like the States is. So in the States, women can, it's easy for them to get jobs. There's different industries. We have industries that are not even in Uganda. Even YouTube, how much money it costs for us to even have Wi-Fi where you're at, and lights. To even get in YouTube is hard for most people at the level that we do it.
Yeah.
Tell people for the average woman in Uganda that's coming out of college, because you recently graduated, because maybe the guys in the States don't know, what are the adversities that women face with employment and things like that, because I don't think the people, they're using their American mindset, but tell them what women are really facing in Uganda.
Yeah. So let's assume you actually even get to graduate, because graduating in Uganda is also a hustle on its own. That's a battle you have to fight. So now let's assume you get to graduate and get to finish school. First of all, getting a job, there's this thing. People put out the adverts and they say you must have 3 to 5 years of experience. How do you have 3 to 5 years of experience yet you just graduated from uni? You can learn the skills on the job, but they're not going to give you that opportunity. But then let's speak for the girls, in particular, because that's why I'm here today. Now, for the girls, it's a bit more difficult because there's my friends are going to denounce me, but I have a friend of mine. She went for an interview, and the interviewer asked her, "Why do you even need a job? Why don't you date me so that you can live a good life?" Do you get? And then I remember there's a time I also went for an interview.
Wait. Say it again.
Well, why do you need a job? Why don't you just date me and then I can take care of you? That's a whole man who put an advert in the newspaper, by the way. This is not something that was shady. This is a whole advert in the newspaper. A whole human resource of a big company looked at her and said, "You know what? You don't need this job. Just get my number and let's talk." You get? And there's so many of these men who say, "Oh, you didn't get the job, get my number, let's meet after work hours," And I remember a time I was also looking for a job. A friend of mine was connecting me to a certain guy for some insurance company, and then he said, "Oh, how much?" He's like, "Oh, but the girls in this job earn maybe 1 million." He's like, "But a girl like you, if you earn 1 million, you won't need a man." And I was just like, I have bills, no one is taking care of me, I have a life. So you just assume that if I get this much money, I won't need a man. You just assume that I don't need money. So you want me to starve, you want me to be desperate and then get a man. That's not a nice position for anyone to be in. And so many girls after uni face this problem. So what happens is they'll start out small, but the men are just like, they just want to make things difficult, in my opinion anyway. Maybe some people have life easy, but that's what I've seen from the people I interact with.
Because I think with the dating show, a lot of the guys in the United States get very offended when the girls talk a lot about money. Like, in our culture, we all know that money rules everything. Because it's the same way around the world. Yeah. But I think for many, many black men that are watching this particular podcast, they think that all the women are money driven. And it took me a while to kind of understand what the women are experiencing. Like, even with when you want to hire somebody, and you're an entrepreneur, you may ask the person, "Well, what do you want to get paid?" The person may say $500K a month, right? 500,000 shillings, which is absolutely no money. It's about $125 a month. So they won't go higher than that because they don't want to lose that opportunity. Because a lot of employers in Uganda treat people like, you should be glad that you have this job.
I'm so glad. I praise God every day.
Yeah. No, I don't say that, but people are like, I've never told anybody like, you should be glad you're working for me. I'm like, hey, I'm thanking you for working for me. Like, especially with jobs you're doing for me, I'm hella happy, right? But most people, like, we have an employee that works for us. We won't call her name. Yeah. Or she works with us now. But who she worked with before?
Horrible boss.
The boss said, like, she worked her every day, 30 days out of the month, and she was like, you should be glad that you have this job, right? Every day she's paying her own transport. So a lot of the men that are watching these dating shows, they don't understand that women are getting very, very, very low pay. When it comes to getting their hair, they want to get makeup, they want to get their nails done. Employers are paying low money. The bosses are trying to sexually exploit them sometimes. That's something that can't happen in America. You cannot sexually harass, you go to jail. Yeah. But in Uganda, this is like,
it's a new norm, because to even get a job, some people, when they say, "Oh, you've gotten this job, oh, you should be lucky, you should be thanking God, not many people have this job," you get. And you see, when you see that particular employee, some people would look at her in her situation and be like, "Oh, you're lucky, you should not be complaining, you're getting below minimum pay, that should be fine for you." But that's what most girls are getting, And it also happens in the workplace where the they're paid less. Like the men will get more. You get, they will be doing the same thing, but for some weird reason, apparently a boy has more bills, yet the girl. Do you know that girl? I think it's a requirement for every girl, in my opinion. Every girl, every Ugandan girl, most times has to send money back home. You get, see, in an African household, they say the boys grow up and move away, but the girls will always stay at home. You get, the girl will always take care of the home. See, if you have a brother and he goes away and he's not sending money back home, he won't be judged as actually as you, the girl who just disappeared and you're not sending money back home. Everyone that I know in my circle is sending money back home. It's like every month you pay your rent, you send money back home. It's just like it's a bill that's there every day. So that's one thing I don't understand when people say, oh, you don't have, you don't have things to put money to. And then maintenance, for a girl, it's quite, you have to maintain your look. You get, you can't just go out looking ratchet, because then who's going to even look at you? Like, who's going to even appreciate your beauty? You could be beautiful, but it's like a shoe. If you don't polish it, it won't be shiny, right?
Right.
So you like all that's money going in all those places, So at the end of the day, it's just.
So wait a minute. I want to talk about this real quick, because I didn't know that, because in Kampala and in big African cities, which I kind of found out now, most people, because you're from Fort Portal, most people are moving to Kampala, because that's where the most opportunities are for business, for work. So you have all these people rushing, unless they have a farm somewhere like that, or they're rushing to these bigger places, Kampala. And then once you get there, the family expects the woman to send money back home.
Yeah, you have to say. To me, it's not shocking, because I knew it's expected. You have to send money back home. It's just whether you're working, maybe the people back home will understand if you're not working, but once you start working, you just need to send money back home. And of course, it does happen to the boys too. I'm not saying the boys don't send money back home. Like I said, I'm not here to talk about the boys. I'm here to talk about the girls. Of course, the boys will send money back home, but as a girl, you have to send money back home. It just happens, because your mom is going to talk to you one-on-one. You'll understand her problem more now that you've become a woman. You get, that's my opinion. You send money back home every month.
So basically, when this guy is telling, when as a woman, a young woman that's coming out of college, you're trying to hustle because one of the bills. I mean, if you're not married, because obviously, you want to put yourself in a situation to marry the right guy.
Thank you.
You have to find a place to rent, pay for transport. Because I think like most parents probably like, look, I paid for your school, you're on your own now, so I
that's not most parents. Even if you're staying in that house, you still have to give them money.
Yeah. I understand that. So you get to find a way to pay for your food, pay for your rent on your own. Yeah. Then on top of that, build a business. On top of that, your parents expect you to send them money. That's what's going on.
Yeah, and you just mentioned half the bills, because if you're renting, you do know that rent is not just rent. Like, having a house comes with those unexpected bills. Just out of nowhere, a pipe breaks. Out of nowhere, the gas is done. Out of nowhere, you need to repair something. So it's not just rent. You get, there's so many other little things that come with staying alone. So you have those bills, you have to maintain yourself, you have black tax. Oh, then there's a thing, you have to, if someone has passed on, you have to contribute to like the person. Let's say someone has lost their dad, so you have to give them some money. It's condolence. Like, it's a thing that we do. You give the person money, collect money.
And like, I guess weddings, graduations, all that stuff.
Thank you. I didn't even say that because I'm not an outgoing person. I only move out if I need to. I'm just boring like that. I only move out if I need to. But like, imagine someone who moves out every time, who's always out and about. She has those extra bills, weddings. You have to get the gifts, the outfits, the transport to the place and back. It's just a lot.
So I get what you're saying. So because the guys,
Oh, I
guys
didn't
who watch
mention.
this channel,
Yeah,
they wouldn't understand that because typically
they would.
in the African American community, like there's no such thing as like bride prize, and there's no such thing as you going away working, going to school. You don't have the money, it's fine. Like that's how our parents are. Like even now, I mean, when I was in Uganda, I bought my mom. I think I bought my mom, my little brother, a laptop when I was there.
Yeah, I remember that.
You remember? Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
So there were certain things. I bought my grandma a TV. I got my grandmother's a gate fixed, but I wasn't like, I need to send like. I mean, I send money home, very rarely, but it was a time where we needed the money to do what we're doing right now, right? Because remember, we didn't have anything. We got to talk about that one day as an episode, like how hard that stint was. Like we didn't have we had my laptop and then we had that desktop. That's all we had, and I sent that monitor to you, and that was it. And we didn't have anything else, like the mics you have right now, the place you're in right now. We didn't have any of that. But in the African American community, it's not so mandatory that you do that. But I know, like I've talked to Africans that are in the USA or Ugandans in the USA, they have to send money back. But I didn't know the girls had to do it. But you told me your mom was recently in town, and you were like, I'm expected to do things for her.
Yeah, but she didn't. I made sure she didn't spend a coin. I made sure I chipped in here and there. I'm not going to get into details, but I made sure she didn't, spend on anything. I was just whatever she needed, I was paying for it the whole time.
Let me ask you this. Ask you this, so, when it comes to like, I know this is a topic all in itself, but women, when they start getting successful and having money, even men, I noticed that in Uganda, a lot of people are not so open about like. You really never know what they have. You might know somebody has money, but you never know. People in America are a lot more open about salaries, are a lot open about how much they make. But I noticed that people, once they make it in Uganda like that, it's like they never talk about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
What's the real reason behind that?
Oh, I don't know. Like, because like you could jinx yourself or you could set yourself up to be used. That's it. Because sometimes they're like, don't tell people about the good things in your life. Because then maybe it's envy, maybe they'll feel bad, and it's not like they're doing it on purpose. It's human nature. You can be jealous of your friend. It happens, but you have to check yourself and like nip that in the bud. You get? So you just don't want to jinx it, and you don't want them in your business like that. And then another reason why is that if you tell someone, I'm now well off, I'm getting paid this, then they suddenly expect you to start doing some things for them. So now you go out, you're like, we're going 50-50. Like, no, you make all this money. Why am I paying you 50-50? Unfortunately, people think like that. You get? That's why I keep telling you, like, don't tell people how much you pay me. Like, no one has to know.
$10,000 a month.
No, stop lying. No, stop telling lies. But you get, like, you just never know. And then another thing is just like, it's just to protect yourself. To me, that's what I think. You protect yourself by not telling for how much you make. They could even come for your job.
Oh yeah. Well, anybody coming for you, I can't stand you, but
listen.
I got something for you, John. Hold on.
I said, how much of your money do I have right now? Stop.
Too much.
5,000? Don't try that. 5.
Anyways, but let me ask you stuff. I want to talk to you about, because you're on. I mean, because I do a lot of try to give you a lot of advice. Off the we talk a lot off the record.
True.
And we got some things under wraps, me and you, because you're my partner in crime.
Yeah.
Me and Joan is like Tupac and Snoop Dogg or something like that. Like we be in these streets. Okay,
we be scheming.
Right.
Yeah.
We be real shady out here in these streets. So, I know that you're going to be, because you're working hard. Since I've been going back, I kind of maybe was blocking your greatness a little bit, because I can do everything myself.
Yeah.
What?
Oshay, you do, Oshay, when you're in the country, you want to do everything yourself. I'm just like, that's my role. I'm the manager. Give me that role. Delegate. But Oshay wants to be everywhere. But I think that's what makes you great, because you won't be there for long. So when you're there, you want to be there. So when you're gone, it's like, I just catch up. You get? So I understand it.
But you're doing a wonderful job. In many cases, better than I could. Well, no, I mean, you're doing pretty good. I don't know if you're good as me, but you're doing good though. But what I want to say is this.
Yeah.
So, as the more you or the more successful you are, and now we're going to be going on a little tour when we get back. We'll be in Ghana, Nigeria, a few places like that. Do you think that you're going to be that you can marry a man from Uganda, or do you think that you would marry somebody from another place that understands the role of has less liberation on women? And do you think that's why a lot of Ugandan women are looking to date foreign men because of those society restrictions?
Yeah, let's answer that. I think it all boils down to like the dating show that we're doing. When you see the girls come on here saying, I want a man with money, I think to some of the men who watch our show, they think, oh, they're money minded. But no, they know that story. They know that background. They know that in this country, you're either making money or you're going to sleep hungry. You get, like, you have to make money. We don't have credit cards to just make life easy. No, it's either cash or it's nothing. You get. But I see some of the girls when we tell them, oh, 90% of our viewers are African Americans. Like, yeah, I like African American men. Like all of a sudden she's like, yeah, she sees an opportunity to date outside, her country, and an opportunity to also leave the country. There's some girls coming on this show, but like, oh, I hope I get someone. I hope I leave this country because, like, come on. You get. So yeah, I do see that. I'm speaking for other girls. I do see that the girls who are open to dating African American men because of how they think. Yeah, I see that. But coming back to me, I honestly, why, Oshay, I wouldn't date someone who comes from your channel. Someone who follows you, nah.
On the Oshay channel?
Never.
Why?
Okay, no, I can't say never. Oshay, listen. Guys, I know Oshay in all his personalities. I know Oshay. Like, I can stand here and clearly say, I can wake up one morning and start describing how your day is going to go, how it's going to end, what you're going to do, what you're going to say, and how you're planning it, right? So I know you, but not everyone knows you. People just know Oshay Duke Jackson on your channel, right? They do not know. So you see, coming from your channel, you just think, oh, women this, women that, dusty, da-da-da-da. So all the men who consume your content are just coming with that toxic mentality. You see, what they don't see, they watch you saying all that, but then in real life, however much you do some of that, you also have a different side. Like you say some things, I'm just like, come. I've seen you in real life. I've seen the things that you do for women, and then you get on your mic, you're like, what's good, guys? I'm just like,
Joan, I'm talking shit about women with you all the time.
I know, but listen, I would personally.
But I'm a nice guy, though. I don't deny being nice.
Anyone who follows you or Kevin Samuels is a toxic man. I'm sorry to say. I just can't. No, and I know. Listen, and no shade to Kevin Samuels. I've watched some of his interviews. I like the business side of him. I don't agree with some of the things he said, but the men who follow him religiously, recently I was actually talking with someone. That's why I get this basis off. I didn't just wake up one morning and decide this. So this guy, he was nice and he actually had potential. Yeah, he was nice. But then I thought he had seen me on Kenganda, because on Kenganda it's a different side than the Joanita they've seen on your channel, because remember the podcast we're doing during the lockdown? Like, that's a whole different me. So you can't come from there seeing the me that is up there and then thinking, like, I just think you're just shady and you're just setting me up for something, and I just can't. And then they follow you like, oh, Oshay is the truth. Oshay's always saying the right things about women. And it's like,
I do.
You're not going to work out. You said some truth.
But like, no. But here's the thing. I believe in taking care of women and being nice to women and stuff like that. Like,
but do your followers believe that?
They all know that.
No,
they don't know.
They don't. They just listen. They listen to your toxic side, and that's what they run with.
Oh my goodness.
They just watch what you say, and then it's like the Bible truth. Oh, she said women are like this, or women like you. Da-da-da-da. I've met women like no.
It's not toxic. It's the truth. I have many followers. Listen, I tell the truth about a lot of women out there that y'all don't want us to tell, and I tell these guys. Look at Kim. Kim is even worse than me.
And Kim just entered.
Oh yeah, where's he at?
He's at the door.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
tell them the truth about the scams that women are running and stuff on these guys. That don't make me bet. Y'all just want me to be quiet. Oh, women are so beautiful. Women are so no. Dating music. Women are so great. They're so beautiful. They do no wrong.
No,
they do nothing.
O'Shea, I understand women can be evil.
What they
but
do.
like what I've just said, your viewers, when they watch your channel, it's not to, I don't think they watch it to get the good side out of it. I feel like they just watch to get the toxic side. It's like, oh, women this. It's just, in all honesty, I don't think I would date someone coming off your channel. Someone who follows you religiously, no. I have your super fan in my inbox. Oh, O'Shea is always telling the truth. O'Shea is the truth. And I'm just like,
wait. Date music, say it again.
O'Shea is the truth. O'Shea is always saying the truth. He always has the right things to say, and I'm just like, no. And I'm not saying you don't say the truth. You do say the truth, and I've learned so much from you on how not to be the other type of woman you get. You know, the woman who's entitled and whatnot. I've learned not to be that from you.
You are super entitled. That's not a show.
No, you see when people listen to this, listen.
You are entitled. You're entitled as hell. Do you know the first 2 or 3 interactions with you were something like, it was so bad? It was like, so why do I gotta do this? I was like, who is this girl?
O'Shea, I don't even remember meeting you for the first time. So that's on you. You met the Joanne then. I keep evolving each month. What are you saying? Brand new each month. Growth.
Stop,
okay?
Please. Joan, give me your Instagram. Let them know about your Instagram, boo.
Wait, can I just say one thing about?
Yeah, go ahead. Do your thing.
I wanted to say one last thing. Want something about the dating show. So most of you may know. Well, Osha already mentioned this. The concept came the comics, and then I just pushed to make sure it happens. You know. So I was saying you'll listen to most of the girls, and they'll talk about money, this, money, that, and then in your head you think, oh, that's what they're coming off at. You know, we do have some girls come here and then they say something on the episode. We're like, okay. And then once they're here eating their lunch and you interact with them, you're just like, why don't you show people this side of you? You know, sometimes they say some things because they know that's the episode that will get the most views. You know, so all I'm saying is interact with the girls and just see where it goes. You know, you could spark off something. Who knows? So do not just judge them off this episode that they get to do here, because sometimes you can know someone in 15 minutes or 20 minutes, right? And sometimes they just say something out of fear or, you know, trying to get cap or something. Then that's it.
Well, all right, guys. So thank you so much. Subscribe with the bell. Joan, tell them about your Instagram so they can thirst into the
Instagram is Joanita Maya. That's the Instagram. That's it. That's just message me, request a follow, and I'll accept it. I think I'd like to think I'm more interesting on Instagram, and like that's a different side of me. It's different from this version.
She's accepting bride price offers. 30 cows, player. 30 cows. No. She didn't say no. You heard her say that? She didn't say no.
I said no. As in
40.
I said,
like, you're like, well, 40. Yeah.
Are you selling me off? Are you like doing an auction? Going once? Going twice? No.
Y'all can't have Joan. So anyways. Thank you, boo. See you guys later. King Ghana forever. We out.